Yo, yo. Hey, it's your boy Solar Moray. We out here at the Bay, a place where I love to stay. Man, what are we gonna talk about today? Bless me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Hold on, wait. Let me tell you something. Man, couple things to start off with is people come on YouTube all the time to try to find answers, direction, solutions, information that's going to assist them in their direction, their journey. Maybe they're seeking affirmation, whatever you're yearning. This is what I want to tell you is that a lot of people like to go in a lot of different directions and seek a lot of different things, and many paths, many paths are available to you at all times. Which one should you take? It's not necessarily how to do anything, because we all got access to YouTube. We all got access to the internet. We all got access to information in this world. So it's not a fact of how to do something. We could figure that out. But it's more about what to do. And why people don't know what to do is a very simple thing. We're looking for ourselves. And I spoke on this before. I had a homie one time out here, super gangster dude, and he was telling me this story of how he went to the beach one time, and even him, like, because I was getting spiritual, he knows how spiritual I am, and we had this one-on-one time, and he was telling me, he's like, yo, I've been to the beach one time at night, and I put my feet in the water, and I looked out into the ocean, and I asked myself, there's got to be more to this. There's got to be more than just making money. There's got to be more than just hustling. There's got to be more than just this gang banging, right? Maybe for you, gang banging is just going to work, or just going to school, or just getting along with society. But for him, it was that basic hustler lifestyle. Support the kids, support the baby mamas. It's got to be more to life than just that survival instinct. And what we both agreed on was, and this is what I told him, was that when he was at the water and when he was asking for more, what he was asking for was more of himself. It was more of who he is. What's next for him? You accomplish all, like, and this is how I like to think of things. Accomplish everything in your head, right? You get rich. The kids are taken care of. You get the jets, you get the cars, you get all those nice things. Then you still find yourself asking, what's next? Is there anything more than that? See, that's survival, and that's really good survival. That's survival at a high level. I got the money, I got the bread, I got the houses, I got the food on demand. I don't need to worry about making another dollar. You know, infinite money coming to me. And what's left is that same 24 hours in a day, and what to do with that to feel satisfied within your soul. You accomplish all these things. You accomplish all your dreams. What's next? What we inevitably find out is that a spiritual journey and a spiritual path isn't limited to the gurus and the monks. And it's not limited to the people who are getting up and hustling and motivated every day. The spiritual journey and the spiritual path isn't limited to anyone. It's for everyone, and it's for all types, all walks of people. And what it looks like is discovering more of who you are. What it looks like is learning, expanding, and growing the soul. Example, we accomplish all these things. I have 24 hours in a day. I'm sitting outside. I'm looking at the beach. Let me tell you a real example. I have a penthouse. I'm living in Mexico. Got this beautiful penthouse right on the beach, right on the water. And I don't need to worry about money. I don't need to worry about food. I'm not worried about no relationships, none of that. But something in me still wanted to grow. So I started working out. I started getting really fit. I had the gym right there on the 5th floor too, the gym overlooking all the water. The most beautiful place, the most beautiful gym I've ever used. And it's mine every day, available to me all day. And I find myself working out. Well, now I go back in the house. I'm done working out. I'm all sweaty. What do? Work out some more? How do I continue to improve? How do I improve again? How do I keep improving? And next thing I was led to was calling all the people and connecting to all the people in my life and righting all my wrongs. And trying to mend the relationships, whether I'll ever see them again or not. That was the next thing I wanted to do. Was to free my mind, free my soul of any burdens, any issues, any traumas, and to just make amends. I'm not worried about what we fought about anymore. I just wish that we could be together. I wish that we could be happy. And if we're not together, I mean, I wish we could just be happy. I wish that we could just have love when we think about each other, because I have the ability to think of somebody and think of the best, even though we've been through the worst. I have that ability. I'm lucky. It's not hard for me to do that. But I know it's not easy for others. So that was the next thing I did, was call people, trying to make amends. That was short-lived. What was next? Man, let me try to take all this wisdom and information and growth that I've applied to myself, and let me go online. Let me do these lives, and let me make these videos and try to teach people what I've learned and what I know. People who I don't know, people who I've never connected to before. Let me try to make these new connections. Let me try to give my information to people, maybe attract a new community, maybe attract a new tribe. And I did that. And that went really well. That went very well. And it became something I was able to do regularly. But then when the camera's off, I'm done working out, I'm done eating, still something, I'm like, damn, there's gotta be more. There's gotta be something else for me to do. And I'm just in this room, and I decide to just get up and go outside, and I just start walking. And I do this regularly. That's how I get here. I just walk through the city just to walk, and then I end up making a video when I get here. I like to come here by the water. I love this view, I love this space. And I just started walking up and down the streets of Mexico, 4 a.m., 3 a.m. sometimes, walking to the beach in the middle of the night. And the next thing I found myself doing was talking to the moon, talking to the stars, talking to the beach, talking to the ocean. You know, when the camera's off and there's no one else to talk to, you know, I'm a Gemini, I guess I talk a lot, I don't know, I like to communicate, but I go out and I talk to the elements. I talk to nature. And what I found when I did that was something so amazing, was that it doesn't directly converse with you back in the way that you converse with it sometimes. But all of that energy that I put out, all of them feelings and emotions, they were reflected back to me. And whenever I'd go back home, an event, something that I didn't go out and cause, something I didn't go out and seek, something I didn't go and try to make happen, an event would happen to me. I would get a phone call. I would get a message. A video would pop up. Something would show up that literally was a direct resonation with what I was just on, what I was just saying to the ocean, what I was just saying to the beach, what I was just saying to the moon, what I was just saying to the stars. And every time I've ever talked to Venus, anytime I've ever talked to the moon and Mars, I've gotten an answer. I've gotten a response. But it was never with the words. It was always with events. You ever heard that saying, careful what you ask for because you're going to get it? Well, I heavily believe in that. The thing is, I didn't always know what to ask for. And when I received a lot of these things from these conversations with nature, I didn't know how to handle them or keep them. So I say all this to say this to you, is that what you're looking for and what's at the end of the road is a soul development, is self-development, but not just in money, not just in physical health, not just in relationships and bonds and connections, and not even just with spirit and talking to nature. We're trying to be okay with ourselves. We're trying to be okay with who we are. And I realized that seeking more and seeking new things and seeking all these different things and these new events coming to me, I always ended up alone. I always ended up back with myself. I always ended up misunderstood. I always ended up in these situations where nobody wants more like me. And when I found people who wanted more like me, they weren't willing to do what I was willing to do. And even when they were, their journeys were so different than mine that we were soon departed. And I always ended up back alone. One thing I love to do is make music. One thing I love to do is create. I love to put the message of knowledge, truth, wisdom, God, source into all kind of different things, whether it's direct words, cartoons, movies, videos, music. I want to put the message into that, and I love to do that, and I love to share that with the world. And it's not, honestly, it's not so much because of the effect that it's going to have on y'all. It's so that I'm building this work, this portfolio for my soul to look back on when I'm no longer here, when the body is no longer a thing, when my soul is beyond space and time, which it is looking at my entire life, and it's like, dang, look at all of this contribution, look at all of this creation. And it's not just what I created, but it's the quality of it. It's not just what relationships I had, but the quality of them. Even though I've done right and wrong has been done to me, and even though I've done wrong to people who have done right to me, that's not the value. The value was always in trying. The value was always in the seeking, the energy and the awareness that there is more allowed me to grow, allows me to grow. I remember a time where I didn't care about my physical health. I didn't care about my mental or spiritual health. I didn't care about my financial well-being. I didn't care about my connection to God and source. I remember a time where I was cool. I was just fine with what was. And I used to think that maybe I want to get back to that just basic level of satisfaction with the minimum. But no, it was the growth. It was the awareness that I had in my soul that there's more. And you can always acknowledge there's more because there's infinity. Infinity is available to you. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow has in store for me. I know who I am, and I know my purpose. I know my astrology. I know I have a Scorpio North Node in the 5th house. So I know what direction to go. I know what to do with my energy to lead myself to my soul satisfaction. I know what not to do because it's a Taurus 11th house South Node. I know what not to do. I know my Mars, Virgo 3rd house. I know my Sun, Gemini 12th house, Mercury, Gemini 12th house. My Lilith is Gemini 12th house. My Mars is Virgo 3rd house. My Jupiter is Sagittarius in the 6th house. I know these things about myself. So I know how to use my own energies. I know how to make myself feel satisfied within the soul. But the one thing I never want to go back to again is ignorance. Not wanting to grow. Not wanting to evolve. Being okay with what was. There's something in you that is okay with the level that you're at, and that's what you want to get rid of. That's what you need to let go of. I'm not here to tell you what's next for you. I'm not here to tell you what's best for you. You could figure that out on your own, especially if you knew your astrology. But the reality is, it doesn't matter until you are aware that there's more. I have children that I don't get to see. Their mothers. You know, I do my best to have a healthy relationship, but for whatever reasons, they don't even want to communicate sometimes. Or they want to do things their way, which drives a wedge. And that hurts me sometimes. It does. Because I think about, what if my kids grow up and think I didn't care about them? What if they think I didn't do enough for them? What if me being not enough for those women ends up causing traumas for the children? And it hurts me sometimes. But what I do to make myself okay again is I realize that I'm doing my best. Is that I have love in my heart for them no matter what, for the kids and their mothers. I would do I'm willing to almost do anything to repair those relationships, but at the end of the day, I can't step out of my purpose. I can't step out of alignment with God. And I trust that on that journey of me being the best me, working on myself, developing myself, is going to create the situations the righteous way for us all to be happy, for us all to be healthy. And I also have to let that go to a degree because my soul is the only one that I have to save. My soul is the only one I have to grow and develop. And I would love to be in a position to do anything for them. But I've been in that position before, and that's not enough. You see, what other people have to do for themselves, what you have to do for yourself, is elevate and grow on your own and realize that there's more for you. And when you start realizing that, you're going to stop watching the same things every day on YouTube. You're going to stop doing the same things you do every day that's just mundane and basic. And you're going to start to do new things, search up new things. You're going to start to do yoga. You're going to start to go to the beach, go out into nature more, connect to nature more. You're going to start eating different. You're going to start thinking different. You're going to start learning new skills so that you can create and you can give in new ways. How you do it is unique to you. That's what I love astrology for. I use astrology for these things. And astrology has all the answers. So the lights just went off, so I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to end up just chilling here, enjoying this vibe, enjoying this view. It's so beautiful. But the message is this. It's not about what is next. It's about seeking. It's about asking. It's about becoming more than you are today. And even if it's 1% better, even if it's just 1% better of who you are today, that's enough to seek it and to want to grow, to want to elevate, to that you're facing the right direction. You don't want to be facing the other direction or being stuck. You want to be facing the right direction, and the right direction is growth and expansion. And I can't tell you what you're going to create. I can't tell you what you're going to become. I can if I knew your astrology. But what I will tell you is this. It doesn't matter unless you want it for yourself. These my baby mothers, until they want to make things better, will they? Until I can want it as much as I want, but until they want it, this is how relationships work. They're two-way streets. It ain't gonna mean much. I'm gonna always love my children, but how they respond and how they are, who they become, that's beyond me. I can do my best to influence the world in the right way. It doesn't mean that the world's gonna listen to me. I gotta listen to me. I gotta follow my heart, and I gotta stay true and in tune to myself. And that's what you need to do too. So just remember this, and remember my stories, and remember this message, is that as you turn this video off and as this video ends and as you move forward with your night or your day, just remember to yourself that you're not done. There's more. There's more. This isn't the end of the road. This isn't what you're limited to. You're a limitless being. You can be anything. You can be anywhere. But it's a becoming. You're a human being. You got to become. And you're not living if you're being stagnant. You're not living if you're not growing. That's going to create the depression, the dissatisfaction, the hurt, and the pain. It doesn't matter what frequency you're on. It just matters that you're going in the right direction. Okay? It doesn't matter what frequency you want. It just matters if you're going in the right direction or not. Are you going in the direction of growth? Are you regressing? Are you becoming more ignorant? Are you closing yourself off more? Are you being the problem in your life? You don't be your own problem in your life. Let them be the problem in your life. Don't be a problem in your own life. Don't let you be that. Let life have its problems, accept them, understand them, that's fine. But don't you be the problem in your own life. Learn how to make yourself happy. Learn what what it is you want to grow into and what you want to become. Figure out what you want to do with your energy in those 24 hours. Assume you have all the money. Assume you have all the amenities. Assume you have everything that you could dream of. What are you going to do with it? Are you in a place frequency wise to where you can appreciate what you have now? That's the only way you're going to have more. It doesn't matter what you have now. If you can't appreciate it and you can't find the love and the gratitude with where you are now, it doesn't matter what you get next. You're still the same you. It's you that has to evolve, not the world. The world don't need to change. The world don't need to evolve. You need to evolve. You need to change. You need to grow. And you need to seek more for yourself. So think about what areas in life you want to grow in. Think about what you want to accomplish, what you want to do. It's not the results of that, but it's the pursuit of that you're going to find is life. And life is a beautiful thing. Never give up. No matter what you do, never give up. If you have a dream that seems completely unreachable, never give up. The most amazing things can happen. I play video games, and it's so funny that in the game sometimes I'll be ready to give up, or I'll be ready to throw it out, and it be the very next room or the very next thing is the level up that I needed to take me to where I wanted to go. Sometimes it's just the smallest thing. Sometimes it's even a mistake where I learned what I was doing wrong in order to pass the level finally. Or I go back to where I was and I figured out I was missing something. I forgot something and I needed that to advance. Sometimes that's the case for us. So I want you guys to hold it down, but keep it up. It's your man Soular Moray. Go ahead and find my music. It's on my YouTube. It's on all platforms, Soular Moray. I love to teach this message in the music. And I'm going to be doing all kind of different music as well. And I got some new drops coming out for you guys. I got a new project called I'm Serious. You know, like the star, I'm Serious. And it's got some conscious music. But, you know, I'm always thinking and growing and flowing. So my music is going to constantly evolve too. So just subscribe to the channel. Follow the journey. You know what I mean? Feel free to message me. Feel free to contact me. Book an astrology reading with me. Whatever it is you feel your heart's calling to do. If you're ready to grow, you're ready to evolve. There are people like me who are out here willing to help you do just that. You know, it's not about what you may think it's about. What it's about is your mental well-being, your spiritual well-being, your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, and wanting to improve that, wanting to grow in those areas, wanting to be more. Wanting to be more is the same thing as wanting to get closer to God. It's the same thing as wanting to get closer to Source. Not wanting to be more is the same thing as separating from God. It's the same thing as separating from Source. It doesn't mean that you are, it's just a direction. You don't want to become less. You want to become more. And when you become more, you become connected to your world rather than disconnected from it. I don't judge their journeys. I love them. And I embrace their journeys as much as I wish they would embrace their journeys. And I hope that they do. And I accept the differences. And I trust God. And I trust the universe. I trust the Most High. That it's all in divine order and it's all in divine timing. I just need to stay divine. You feel me? Anyway, peace to the gods, goddesses, kings, queens, emperors, and empresses. Y'all hold it down, but keep it up. Love y'all. Love yourselves. Peace. Woo! This beautiful view. Hey, San Diego.